Hey, what's going on, everyone? It's Walt here from Down the Block Sports, and today I want to talk about the Boston Celtics. The Celtics just agreed to a contract extension with forward Josh Richardson, and today I want to talk about who Josh Richardson is, what role he could play on the Celtics next year, and what this extension means for the team moving forward. Again, I'm Alec Walt. This is Down the Block Sports. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more of my exclusive content. Yes, the Celtics have agreed to a contract extension with forward Josh Richardson. He's making $11.5 million this year. They just gave him a $12 million extension, so he will be back next season for the Boston Celtics. He was acquired for Moses Brown, who was acquired in the Kemba Walker trade, and a lot of Celtics fans, I remember, were a little disappointed that the Celtics gave up Brown in the trade for Richardson. Brown, obviously that young center who destroyed the Celtics last year. They gave the Celtics a potential Robert Williams, Moses Brown duo in the front court for years to come, and when they made this trade, they gave rid of someone who could be part of their future for someone who could potentially help them win right now. Now, Richardson is a solid producer, even though he's been on a couple different teams the last few seasons. Over the last 4 years, he's averaged at least 12 points, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists per game. So a solid producer, no matter really the role he's been given, whether in Miami, Philadelphia, or Dallas. Now, Dallas, he didn't fit in as well with. He had the worst season of his last 4 years with the Mavericks, but he still averaged 12.1 points, 3.3 rebounds, and 2.6 assists per game. So the Celtics did bring in this long, versatile wing to try and help them improve their defense, some scoring potentially off their bench, help in the transition game. Richardson's someone who can really help in those different roles. Now, what's his role going to be specifically next year for the Celtics? The Celtics have a lot of question marks because they have about 6 different guys who can start in this starting lineup. You know, Dennis Schroeder is a quality point guard, does have 6-man versatility, but obviously with guys like Chris Dunn and Peyton Pritchard coming off the bench, I feel like Schroeder coming off the bench would be almost too much at that point guard position. Marcus Smart, Jaylen Brown, Josh Richardson, Al Horford, Robert Williams. Ime Udoka has a lot of great options here to work with when building his starting lineup. He can even change up his starting lineup throughout the season based on matchups, but there's a lot of different things he can really do. Now, when I look at the Celtics, just like I mentioned before with the Dennis Schroeder, there's a lot of point guards. When you look at the depth here on the Celtics roster, point guard and shooting guard are jammed. I mean, Schroeder, Pritchard, Dunn, Smart, Nesmith, Langford. There's almost too many guards really on this team. So, if you put Marcus Smart or Dennis Schroeder coming off the bench, the logjam is just going to get too crazy. Richardson has the versatility to play on the wing and defend multiple positions. I feel like if I'm constructing a starting lineup right now, it doesn't include Richardson on it. He's almost that first guy coming off the bench, has the ability to replace multiple players, the versatility, that bench spark plug, extremely athletic. I feel like that's going to be his role next year due to the sheer depth on the roster. Like if you included Al Horford in the starting lineup, there's just not enough big man. If you include, some of the other guards off the bench, your team almost has too many guards. I feel like from a balance standpoint, that's really the best approach at how I think Ime should make this starting lineup. Now, when you look at this extension, $12 million for next season, one of the main reasons why he struggled last year in Dallas was because, Dallas plays a much different style of basketball than Miami and Philadelphia. Miami's a little bit more of a transition game, more physical, more athletic, plays more of that style of basketball. The Celtics are trying to play that more of that brand of basketball than how the Mavericks play. And I think that's going to help someone like Josh Richardson as he looks for a bounce back season here with the Boston Celtics. Now, if the Celtics go into next offseason with Josh Richardson under $12 million, Robert Williams making $13.5 per year during his extension, the Celtics, a team that's looking for that third star, has much improved trade assets going into next year. Because remember, Richardson was an expiring deal. If you have someone coming back for $12 million per season who can get you close to 14 points per game and play a versatile role off on the wing, a position that pretty much every team in this league needs, you have some great trade value. If Robert Williams takes that step forward and secures that starting role in Boston next year, takes that next step in his game, it can nearly average a double-double. He's going to have amazing trade value, still young, going into next year. One of the main reasons I like this a lot is because this gives the Celtics way more options next year if they want to make a major move. You looked at the team this year, they had to give up that first-round pick to trade Kemba Walker. They didn't really have the best assets. It improves a lot last year if Robert Williams can take a step forward and Josh Richardson can bounce back and have a quality season here for the Boston Celtics. So I like this deal a lot for the Celtics. Again, Richardson is someone who's bounced around but has been a solid producer no matter the team he played for. It's still uncertain what his role is going to be, as the Celtics have, again, a really solid list of different options of guys who can start for this team. But Richardson will be on the Celtics next year, potentially on the Celtics the year after if he signs this extension. But give a lot of credit to Brad Stevens, who's gotten great value out of the last few extensions he's signed with the Celtics. First, he extended Smart, then Williams, now Josh Richardson for the next few seasons. That's it for my reaction to the Celtics extending Josh Richardson. What do you think of the contract extension? Feel free to comment that below. Also, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to Down the Block Sports for more of my exclusive content. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in, and we will see you very soon.